Hello everyone! For this episode, we're going to tackle about poetry. We are going to understand what is poetry and what are the elements of poetry. So let's define first what is poetry. So, it is generally considered to be the oldest form of arts. It is a form of art in which language is used for its aesthetic and evocative qualities in addition to or in lieu of its ostensible meaning. Long before our forefathers learned to write, they sang and recite lines of verse. Among the literary genres, poetry is the most closely related to music. Like music, it appeals to the senses and imagination. Like music too, it is meant to be heard. Poets choose words or their sounds as well as further meanings. They combine these words to create vivid pictures and to express deep feelings. Now, let's discuss the different elements of poetry. So first, we have the rhythm. So, it is a recurring pattern of stress or accented or long and unstressed or unaccented or short syllables in lines of a set length. Under rhythm, we have meter. It is the measured pattern or grouping of syllables called metric foot. A group of metric feet forms a poetic line or verses called stanza. So, yan yung meter na kasali sa ating rhythm. We have also different types of meter. First, we have the iamb. It is a metrical unit consisting of two syllables where an initial unstressed syllable is followed by a stressed syllable. Here are some examples. First, yung amuse. Ang a dyan ay unstressed syllable, then yung muse is the stressed syllable. Same with the portray, delight, and return. So, yan yung mga examples ng iamb. Next is the truque. It is a metrical foot composed of one stressed syllable followed by an unstressed syllable. So, magkabaliktad lamang sila ng iamb. So, here are some examples. First, yung highway. So, yung high dyan is stressed syllable, yung way is unstressed syllable. Same with poet and garden. Next is the spandi. It is a metrical foot composed of two long or stressed syllables. So, sa spandi, walang unaccented syllables. Like, for example, toothache. Diba? Dalawang syllables ay puro siya stress. And also, handshake and bookmark. So, these are the examples of spandi. Next is the ducktale. It is a metrical foot of three syllables, the first being stressed and the last two being unstressed. So, therefore, ang word dito ay mayroon siyang three syllabication. So, yung first niya, yun lang ang stress and the last two are not stressed. Here are some examples. First, yung typical, yung T dyan is the stressed and yung P at saka kal are the unstressed or unaccented. Same with poetry, elephant, and basketball. So, these are the examples of ducktale. Next is the Anapest. It is a metrical foot of three syllables, the first two being unstressed and the last being stressed. So, kabaliktaran naman ito ng ducktale. Example naman ito is yung contradict. Yung con at saka tra are unstressed and yung dict is stressed. Then, another is 28 and interrupt. So, yan yung mga examples ng Anapest. So, magkabaliktad lamang sila noong ducktale. Still under the rhythm, we have the foot It is the basic unit of verse meter consisting of any various fixed combinations or groups of stressed and unstressed syllables. A single line of a poem containing only 1 foot is called a monometer. Pero kapag 2 feet naman siya, tinatawag siyang dimeter. Kapag 3 feet is trimeter, pag 4 feet, tetrameter, pag 5 feet, pentameter, 6 feet, hexameter, 7 feet, heptameter, and 8 feet is octameter. So yan yung foot sa ating rhythm. Next is the rhyme and other sound devices. It is the regular recurrence of similar sounds usually at the end of the lines or tinatawag natin na end rhymes or within the line or tinatawag nating internal rhyme. The pattern or sequence is called rhyme scheme. Dito na natin gagamitin yung ating figure of speech like alliteration, onomatopoeia, assonance, and consonants. So next element of poetry is the literary devices. These are specific techniques that allow a writer to convey a deeper meaning that goes beyond what's on the page. Literary devices work alongside plot and characters to elevate a story and prompt reflection on life, society, and what it means to be human. Literary devices includes imagery. It refers to expression evocative of aesthetic appeal. It may be in the form of direct description or may be figurative. Next is symbols. These are images or concrete references that stand for something else in reality and suggest another level of meaning. Next is the persona. It is the speaker, the I of the poem. It is a fictional personage not at all equivalent to the poet, who may not be speaking to the reader but to another character in the poem. Next is the tone. It is the attitude of the speaker or persona in the poem towards another character or towards his subject matter. It is also depends on the mood of the speaker or the persona. Next is the theme. So the theme, it is the central message or meaning of the poem. The truth about life revealed or enlightened in the poem. So that's all the different elements of poetry. So I'm your teacher May, leaving this message of Paul Engley. Poetry is ordinary language raised to the nth power. Poetry is boned with ideas, nerve and blooded with emotions, all held together by the delicate, tough skin of words. Thank you so much!
Bye.